Hey, what is going on? Jason here. In this video, we're going to talk about uploading a list and overwriting existing contact data. Now, when might you use this? Typically, when I see people use this, it's because they've got some additional information they forgot to add on the first upload. So let's look at an example of that, right? So here's our sample upload list again. Let's pretend there was some other information that we needed that we did not get in our first upload, okay? So let's say this customer field, or this custom field, excuse me, asks if they're a customer. And this is, information that might be somewhere else. Yes, no. And then what I'm going to do is, I know that's going to be a custom field. We need an ActiveCampaign. So we're going to go ahead and pop in there now and go ahead and create that custom field. You either do it here or you do it at the import, right? So it doesn't matter. You can do each one. So contact, we're going to add a field, and we're going to make it the same. It's easy when you can make it the same title, right? So it's easy to figure out. Otherwise, it can get super confusing. And we're going to make this radio buttons. And the answers are just going to be yes or no. Okay. And what we'll do is we will go back. We will take this updated sheet. We will go ahead and re-download it into a new CSV file. We're going to go. We're going to go back into our list. Same list as before. It's fine. Import that CSV that we just updated, which is this one here. It's going to look and it's going to notice, hey, there's more customer, there's a new field here, right? So it's not even necessary, since we already have these people in here, if we don't want to. We don't have to remap this info over. Out of habit, I generally do. Let's see here. Zip. Phone, and then here's that new field, that customer field. Okay. At this time, what you could do is you could also add these folks to another list. Now, in this case, what we're going to do is we are going to update existing contacts, and we don't need to trigger automations again since these people are already in our account, right? Create field options. We don't really need that. It doesn't matter if it's checked or not because we have all field options covered. So doesn't matter, but what we're going to do is we're going to check this box this time and import now. And I'll tell you, if you have a lot of contacts, that box can really slow things down, right? It might take a good long while. But in this simple example, we're just bringing in some additional information about contacts we already have in the account. All right, shows us that we are ready. So let's take a peek. Pick one of my dogs. Let's look at Toby. And you see customer no, sailor should say yes, and we'll take a peek. And this didn't negatively affect anything, right? It just brought in, there's the yes. It brought in the new field and the additional data about the people we just brought in. Usually you'll see this if people have contact data in more than one place, right? Maybe they have some in MailChimp, and they had some for some other kind of specialized CRM as well. So there's an example of using a list to overwrite or update some existing contact data. I guess I should specify we're really updating contact data, okay? And again, that is just going to be a function in this list feature. And it's, let me just show you while I'm thinking about it. I'm not going to re-import, but I want to show you these other options at the bottom. So you'll notice this default is import as active contact, okay? Other, like MailChimp's a great example. When you export from MailChimp, they'll actually give you 3 lists. One is your active contacts. These are people on a list, subscribed to a list that could receive email. The next is unsubscribed contacts. So these people have unsubscribed from lists. You can't really email them. You're not supposed to, but the data is there. So if you need the data, it's old customer data maybe. And then this last one is kind of a mystery to me. I really don't see a whole lot of value in the unsubscribed contacts, but this last one, an excluded emails, is like a hard bounce. So those email addresses are never going to receive emails again. Again, there might be some customer data that's relevant. Notice I said customer data, but I typically don't import these unless a customer is like, no, I've got to have that info. But those options are there. Active contacts, the default. Again, this was the default setup here, but for what we did in this video, we don't want to re-trigger automations. If we didn't create fields, we could leave that checked, but it doesn't matter. And then this tells you right here, by checking this box, any contacts in this import process which are already present will be updated with any new info. So actually, this will override as well. So if the original city was this, and then upon import, we updated it with a new city, it's going to overwrite that data. So it is not only adding additional data, it's overwriting as well. So be careful about that, okay? Typically, when I see it used, people are adding additional data, but it says right here it will overwrite as well. So be aware of that, okay? I'm glad I took another look at that just to show you kind of that process. But again, the best practice, get this sheet right the first time before you import, and it'll save you a lot of headaches. Hope this was helpful. See you in the next video.